sky out here outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I hope wherever you are joining us from, whether that's locally or over many states and over many miles, and whatever day you're joining us, I hope you're having a great day. And today, what we're looking at is this idea of seeing a hidden world. And it's always interesting to me, like how we get little glimpses of it. And I think we all do get little glimpses of this other world, this other way of seeing this other way of being, this other way people can be. And and it's always interesting. This is a little side, little editorial comment. People oftentimes, when we talk about that other world, like, why can't it always be like Christmas, somebody will inevitably say, well, that's not realistic. And my constant refrain to that is, well, what does that say about your view of reality? That says that reality is actually pretty jaded and pretty negative. And maybe we have it the other way around. I don't know. Maybe those other little glimpses are what's real, and this world we feel so sort of torn up in, maybe that's dealing with more unreality in many ways. So anyhow, today I want to sort of talk about that a little bit. And what we're doing is we're jumping forward in well after the birth of Jesus here. And it's a beautiful passage from a book on Christmas by Walter Brueggemann, where he cites this beautiful line, well known from that Jesus says in Luke. At the same hour, Jesus rejoiced, and there it also is looking at another translation. It says filled with great joy, which obviously connects with Christmas there, in the Holy Spirit, and said, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and intelligent, and it revealed them to infants. Then turning to his disciples, his 12 followers, Jesus said to them privately, blessed are the eyes that see what you see, for I tell you that many prophets and kings desired to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. Now there, folks, again, I love those kind of lines, because I think it's so easy to externalize that and thinking Jesus is saying, well, you know that there's those people who absolutely don't get it, and there's these people over here who do. And it's easy for us to follow the same route and to think, oh, I know who he's talking. I know who he's talking about, the smarty pants who think they've got it all, and clearly I'm one of the people who do. They don't. That's that's not where you want to go with these kind of passages, obviously, because that's divisive. Where we want to go with it is looking at our own mindsets. Our own mindsets, there are parts of us that are sort of, for lack of a better word, and I like this word actually, hoity-toity. There are those parts of our brain that are so sure and positive, they get it, they're absolutely sure of their paradigm, they're sure of the way the world works, they're sure of the rules, and that part just is not going to get it. I know it's always interesting, working with people as a pastor and thinking about myself. One of the hardest things to get over are those things that we're absolutely convinced of. We get absolutely convinced that the world works a certain way. We're sure of it. We're positive, and we're absolutely sure this person's motivations are thus. We're absolutely sure of it, absolutely positive of it. And we've got all the evidence to back it up. If we were in a court of law, we could clearly find them guilty and find ourselves totally innocent. And the reality is, so much of the spiritual life is actually tweaking what we are sure, quote unquote, that we know, that we're 100% sure of. God's always kind of very gently poking holes in that. And he's asking for a part here to see if it's a little different, to really see him like these prophets and kings of old. Like, that's that part that I feel like wants this deep knowledge, wants to understand everything, is sure it has it all figured out. But there's this other part that's much more childlike eyes, much more infant eyes of just curiosity and looking out at the world with wonder. And I think he's pointing there to that those are the eyes that will see God. Those are the eyes that will see God. It was interesting, a couple of days ago. I'm embarrassed to say I forget totally what the context was, but I was talking with somebody who was an educator, and I forget what the exact theme was, but they were saying, yeah, the primary thing with kids is to physically get down on their level when you're playing with them, to physically get down on their level when you're playing with them. And I certainly, as a pastor, try to remember to do that. I can't say I always do, and my apologies for anybody watching and wondering, well, why don't you do that with my kids? Well, my apologies for that. I'm sorry. I need to remember to do that more, because it's such a beautiful reminder that I think Christmas is about that. It is about, like, getting down onto a kid's level. And I'm not talking necessarily, you may or may not have children around the household, but I think there's a figurative part to that, right? Of, like, okay, let me get down to a kid's level of seeing the world and seeing it with grace and curiosity and joy and wonder and excitement and all those things. Like, that's a far different world than coming to see the world sure that I quote unquote know, and I know how it all works. That's very, very different. So that's kind of the Christmas thought for today. The blessed are those eyes. Blessed are your eyes when you can just maybe take a moment to just see the world with childlike wonder instead of adult like 100% certainty. Wonder versus certainty. Famously said, faith and certainty are two very different things, and they really are. And today maybe we can look at it with softer eyes. And I love that idea, that Japanese word akimbo, which means soft eyes. We can look at life with a little bit softer eyes, try to look at it a little bit more like kids, try to get down onto that level today, because that's where we really will start to see God in a wonderful way. And that seeing will lead us to see unseen hidden worlds that we just can't even imagine. So that's my thought for today, folks, and hopefully that helps you through today. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a little meditation. We're going to do a little prayer, a little blessing, and then at the end of that all, if you want to leave a comment on New Church Live's Facebook page, I'll be reading out some comments here in a few minutes. So with that, friends, let's all get a big breath and the bell. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and bring you peace and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends. So if you would like to throw a comment up, that would be terrific. Right. So let me pull up my Facebook page here. Again, you can offer commentary on New Church Live's Facebook page. And we'll be pulling them up here in just a second. Takes a minute to load. and then we'll all get going. We do have a few other things. Come on, Nelly. We do have a few other things, coming up. You folks might be interested in. We're going to have a special Christmas get together and a special Christmas small group. So just stay tuned for that announcement. It is on the way. All right. Let's get going here. Marcia, good morning to you out there in Colorado. And it actually feels like Colorado here this morning. Maria, great to see you. Good morning, my dear friend. Paige, good morning to you. Hopefully, you're having a great day so far. Marcus, good morning to you and your wonderful family. My buddy Jeff, yes, good morning, all. Bonnie, I love what you say there. I like the part where Swedenborg says the angels always look for the best in people's motives. Swedenborg's so consistent about like angels have no interest in seeing the faults of people, right? And that's where we get so I do at least. We get so convinced of other people's faults and flaws. It's a little crazy making. Uh, Susan writes, "Good morning. Good morning to you, Susan." Sherry, that's a beautiful idea. Wonder can confirm faith. Boy, that's preachable right there. Wonder really does. It's interesting. The idea of awe, AWE, is a very holy idea. That idea that God fills us with awe. It's sort of like, wow, I just hadn't seen that. And there's all kinds of good stuff around that. Good stuff around that. Joy, good morning to good morning to you. And Joy, I always love saying your name. Joy is such a great name. Lois, good morning to you. Hopefully, you're having a great day so far. Linda, good morning to you. And we'll see you and your crew tonight. That'll be fun. So folks, wishing you all the best. Wishing you, just again like that little sense of wonder. I love what Sherry said there again. Just let your wonder confirm faith. Think about how that could look. All right, friends, take care. Have a great day. We'll see. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.